When the sun goes down, the stars come out. From deep in the heart of Texas, it's the Star at Night. Coming to you from the Cowboys facility at the Star in Frisco. With your hosts, Kelsey Charles and David Hellman.
What's up, everyone? Kelsey Charles here, joined by David Hellman, and you're watching A Star at Night. All right, Dave. So happy Victory Monday, but more importantly, happy birthday.
Aw, thanks, man. Well, you know what? I have something in common with the Cowboys because wins have been rare to come by in 2020. So not the year the Cowboys envisioned, definitely not the year I envisioned. But you know, like we're gonna power through, and the little victories are everything. So thank you.
I love that. All right, so let's dive into the Cowboys' victory after we celebrate you. It was probably, I would call it a good one. I mean, I feel like the fans are kind of split down the middle because of the potential implications to the draft position, or at least what they were thinking it would be. So I'd love to get your thoughts overall on the Cowboys' performance. How do you feel about that game? Do you feel like it gives them enough momentum to make a difference this season? Or are you kind of thinking, hey, listen, that wasn't a good team to begin with, so I'm not going to really overreact here by any means?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, no offense to the Cowboys, but like the fact that they beat the Bengals down, 30-7, Cowboys haven't allowed, like 20 was the fewest points they had allowed all year before that game. Like the Bengals are terrible. Nobody should be like excited about this game in terms of like the Cowboys turning a corner, but also spare me the hand wringing about the draft position. Like the Chargers won on Sunday as well. So like, yes, you beat the Bengals. The Bengals are probably locked into the number 3 pick. The Cowboys are still in line for a very nice draft pick. Like they're going to be okay. It's totally fine that they beat the Bengals. They get a nice little morale boost before the final 3 weeks of the season. I don't have it in me to be upset that the Cowboys won a game after the year that they've had. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. I can't imagine coming out of Sunday and being mad about it, because at the end of the day, this team has to build upon this year and come back next year and perform. And if they just totally trash it, you can't tell me that leads to any semblance of positivity going into a second year. So I'm all for another win under our belt, just leading into the next game. So I'd love to get your thoughts on the defense, because the defense themselves, like they've struggled so much, but they really showed up this week. I mean, all things considered, Tyrone Crawford hasn't had a sack all season. He had 2 in 1 series alone. DeMarcus Lawrence is beginning, just already igniting the defensive side of the ball. It really seemed like there was some spark on that end of things. And were you surprised by that, considering everything they've gone through?
Hell yeah, I was surprised. Like that, I mean, it's amazing what can happen when you take the ball away from your opponent. The Cowboys literally forced the takeaway on the first 3 possessions of the game. Not only that, they scored off all 3 of them. They get a field goal off the DeMarcus Lawrence strip. Alden Smith with a 78-yard fumble return. That was a lot of fun. I didn't know he could.
Was that the longest run for a touchdown this Cowboys team has had all season? Someone tweeted me that, and I was like, I hope that's true. Just for the sake of, like, it might be.
It probably is. So yeah, that just lets you know where we're at. So they're up 17-0 before anybody could even blink, and really the game was never in doubt from before then. So I mean, the defense, no offense, they weren't like amazing. Brandon Allen had himself a nice day. I think the Bengals running game probably could have got going a little better without the fumbles, but the Cowboys forced those fumbles and they capitalized off them. It's what they haven't done all season. It makes you wonder if they'd be in a better spot if their defense had been a little bit more opportunistic this season.
So Andy Dalton came back to Paul Brown Stadium. I believe that's what it's called. I'm sorry, I'm totally whiffing on that right now.
Is.
Thank you. I was like, I'm sure that's right, but it's Monday.
That sounds right.
Things are already a little weird.
This is not a research show. We're here to have fun. So take your research and your facts somewhere else. Now, all right, well, that makes That makes one of us, all right?
Yeah.
I'm here to spit hot fire and not really worry about how correct it is.
You're welcome for carrying the team.
Anyway,
all right.
Paul Brown
Andy
Stadium.
Andy Dalton won his
go.
40th game in Paul Brown Stadium this weekend, and I think he did it in pretty decent fashion. Again, that must have been emotional for him coming back to the team that he used to be the franchise quarterback for. Obviously, they were there for 9 years, and his wife Jordan was there too. So you saw them share that really cute, special moment when he was getting the victory. I just felt like all around it was a feel-good game for him, a feel-good moment. I saw you furrow your brow. Are you not loving the hand sign as much as I did? Because I was like, this is goals. I love them.
It was a really feel-good moment until the TV broadcast was like, oh, yeah, he's throwing up hook 'em horns. Like, I mean, I don't necessarily expect you to know that Andy Dalton went to TCU, but I expect you to know that he didn't go to Texas. And also, like, people who didn't go to Texas don't throw up hook 'em horns. So what on earth are you talking about? This means I love you in sign language, right? Yeah, we know. Yeah, so this is hook 'em horns. This is I love you, and the TV broadcast they ruined the whole thing. They ruined the special moment, but that's okay because you know what? Andy Dalton couldn't hear it. He was playing in the game and not listening to the TV broadcast like me, and he played great. He threw 2 touchdowns. For me, he averaged 8 yards per attempt, which is easily his best average since he took over as the starter. He looked like the very quality backup the Cowboys were hoping they were getting. So credit to that offensive line for stabilizing, and credit to him for playing well behind it. It was his best game of the season.
I was going to say, I thought so too. Let me ask you this, because obviously it's been trying for him and for this team in general. Him coming off of COVID-19, obviously the concussion. It's just been a rough going for him in general. But do you feel like this game for him gives him a little bit of something under his belt? A, to maybe, do you believe that the Cowboys will re-sign him as their backup, or B, just another case for him potentially being a starter somewhere else next season?
I don't think beating the Bengals is going to convince anybody of anything different than what they thought. You know, like again, this is a bad Bengals team. They're going to pick in the top 3 of the NFL draft. So I don't think this changes the narrative about Andy Dalton, but it is some proof that he can go out and start a football game for you and play well and help you win a game. And he's played, for the most part, I think he's played really well in the opportunities that he's gotten. Whether that's good enough to get a starting gig, that's going to depend on a team. You know what I mean? So I really don't know. I'd be curious. I would love to have Andy Dalton back here next season as a backup. But if he thinks he can still start and a team is willing to give him that opportunity, it's not really up to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, so we talked about draft position again. That's a big storyline coming out of this weekend, at least from the Cowboys Nation perspective. Let's talk about the NFC East, though. We're going to dive into that and the lay of the land and really what went down on Sunday more coming up next, so stay with us.
Hey there, everybody. Kyle Yeomans here with DallasCowboys.com, and I encourage all of you Cowboys fans out there to check out Talking Cowboys. The podcast is every week live on the website and on all social platforms at 9:30 every weekday morning. We've got myself alongside Isaiah Stanback, who's actually won one of those during his playing career as a former Dallas Cowboy. He won it with the Giants, but we'll forgive him for that. We've also got Heckma Harrison along with Dallas Cowboys insider Rob Phillips. It's a ton of fun every weekday morning at 9:30. Check it out on DallasCowboys.com.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. And Kels, they call it not for long in the NFL, and I can't think of a better example than yesterday afternoon because Cowboys win, beat the Bengals soundly. Everything's looking up. The Giants lose to the Arizona Cardinals. All of a sudden, hey, maybe Dallas might climb back into this thing. And over the next 3 hours, they wind up in the NFC East basement because not only does Washington take care of business against San Francisco, but under Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia Eagles shocked the New Orleans Saints in their winning streak. And now your Dallas Cowboys are once again in last place 3 hours after they were surging toward the top of the standings. So I think that really fits the narrative of the year really well, don't you think?
It's very fitting, and it feels very on par for everything that we've gone through this season. I just honestly, the fact that Jalen Hurts comes in and leads the Eagles to a victory over the Saints, his first true NFL start at quarterback. What is 2020?
Carson who? Am I right? Am I
but
right?
Don't worry, you guys. Don't worry. The Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott comparisons are forthcoming. You know he's going to play 2 games, and people are going to be chirping because that's what we do on the internet.
What if the Eagles finish 7-8-1, like they just win all the rest of these games with Jalen Hurts, and like now that's our storyline for 2021 is that Jalen Hurts is actually the best quarterback in this division. Like I can actually, that's going to happen. I can see it clearly.
It's going to happen.
It's interesting to think, like I said, yesterday at 3:00, it looked like the Cowboys had a decent shot to still win the NFC East. And to go back to my point about all this hand-wringing about draft order, Washington kind of took that away from them yesterday. I mean, it's not mathematically over, but the Washington football team holds the tiebreaker over Dallas by virtue of their season sweep. So they really have more of a 3-game lead than a 2. And oh, by the way, there's only 3 games left. So now you're talking Dallas has to win all 3 of its remaining games, and Washington has to lose all 3 of its remaining games. Those are the odds you're looking at. So I don't want to speak too soon, but the writing is on the wall that a division title is not in the Cowboys' future this season.
Yeah, that Thanksgiving game, I'd like to have that back right about now. It matters.
Or
it
at least maybe the fake punt. Would you at least like to have the fake punt back right now?
Yeah, I would like to have the fake punt back right now. I really would. Like it's funny how those things start to matter down the stretch. And yeah, like I think that the Cowboys have the easiest schedule for the most part leading into this back end of the season. You've got the 49ers, they're decimated. You've got, the Giants, and you've got the Eagles, but we don't know what's going to happen in either of those divisional games either, just because it's a divisional game and the NFC East is the NFC East. And so Daniel Jones could very well be back in the fold. I mean, I know he came back, but it seemed like he wasn't full force. I'm not sure what their plan is with him and Colt McCoy coming into next week, just based off of how DJ performed. But, again, I think all in all, it seems like these other teams, for the most part, minus the Giants, are trending upward. And, I don't know. I'm trying to make a storyline out of the NFC East. It's just kind of a bit of a bloodbath.
There's not one. A regrettable team is going to make the playoffs. Although I'm curious to see how Washington ends this season, because they are approaching a respectable record. It's unlikely, but it's theoretically possible they could finish 9-7, which it would be pretty funny if after all of the whining about the NFC East, the eventual champion had a winning record, because I don't think anybody expects that. No. They do have to play Seattle next week. That's obviously a tough game, but need I remind you, they just beat the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. So this is not a very good Washington team, but that defense gives them a chance. I mean, they scored 2 defensive touchdowns against the Niners yesterday. Chase Young had a fumble return. I think they had a pick 6 as well. This is not a team that I would write off. And I'm not saying that they're going to make the Super Bowl, but I am saying they could be a pain in the butt for somebody in the playoffs if they get there. And, kudos to them. They've set themselves up in a pretty enviable position.
Riverboat Ron running over to the playoffs. So here it is, folks.
Wow, you sound so morose. Which I love it, because you're just you're so sad. And meanwhile, the people listening to this show are like, yes, Washington, win the division, please. We want the draft pick. That's just the year that we're having.
It's funny because producer Kaden pointed out to us that it's actually probably a good thing if Washington wins, because they actually need a quarterback. So give them the least likely draft position to actually get what they need.
Keep Washington far away from Zach Wilson and Justin Fields. That's just fine by me, for sure.
We're here for that.
All right. We got a little more show to get to after this. I think Kelsey was supposed to say that based on her smile right now. Oh, good. Okay, well, fine. Regardless of who is supposed to lead us out of this segment, I'm doing it, so stay with us.
Please come back and watch our last segment.
We'll be
Don't
right back. Yeah,
us.
please. Don't leave.
What's up, guys? I'm Ember Garcia and just want to invite you to check out Cowboys Break every day at 11:30 a.m. You got the boss man, Derek Eagleton. You got Nick Eman with the storytelling If These Walls Could Talk. You got David Hellman, our local LSU homer and eyebrow rubber. And then you got me, who just calls it as it is. So make sure to check us out at 11:30 a.m. on all Dallas Cowboys platforms.
All right, everyone. So we told you earlier in the show, it's actually David Hellman's birthday today. And so while we wished him a happy birthday, we're not the only ones who wanted to say a little something to our guy. So Dave, there's some people that wanted to say a couple things to you.
Hey, baby.
What?
Hey, baby. Dave, I'll keep this short and
Tyler.
sweet. Happy
You
birthday.
can't hear me.
I'm glad I know you. I'm glad we're friends, and I'm glad you appreciate TikTok as much as I do. More importantly, have a good one.
Hey, Davey. Happy birthday, buddy. I just got off the phone with you, actually, talking post-game coverage, Cowboys, Bengals, yay.
Yeah,
I know this isn't the greatest circumstances, but things are going to look up, and we'll celebrate your birthday in proper fashion soon. Thanks for being a good friend, good guy, good worker. Happy birthday again, bud.
What does a tiger say?
Oh, boy.
Touchdown! Say happy birthday. Uncle
Wow.
T. Happy birthday, Uncle T. Go
Oh, no.
Tigers.
T has made its
Hey
way
there,
to the
Dave.
airwave.
It's Tay, your old coworker. I see we're still
Work
making
here
a
anymore?
big deal of your birthday because you only
She's
turned 30. Well, I guess 32 once now, but you know, regardless,
Giving
you
my
gotta
age
celebrate.
away.
You gotta celebrate all month. I know you're already competing with Christmas and all Hanukkah and all the other holidays, so here for you on that one. But happy that your birthday fell on Victory Monday. It just seems right because you're a victory. Have a good one, Dave.
Hey Dave,
Yeah.
unfortunately I have already told you once this week that I think you're a delightful human being, so we have already
did
hit
do
your
that.
quota for the year, but I do love you
Huckleberry.
and happy birthday from me and Huck.
Happy birthday, David! Love you
Thanks.
guys and miss you all so very much. I don't know if you remember me. We used to rock it out every
Nope,
day together,
nope.
but
I don't
you guys are
remember
killing it this year.
2020
Cowboys
lasted
fans,
10 years.
hang in there because David Hellman is going to make it all better. Love you, Dave. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dave.
Oh, wow. Riles.
Say what's up,
Caden?
Caden?
What's up, Hayden?
Say love you guys.
Love you,
He's
guys.
like a little person now.
I'm
Broadman.
not going to say anything clever, anything witty. It's really just not my style. Kind of going to go back and do what I feel needs to be done right now in this situation. Dave, happy birthday.
Yes.
my friend.
My guy. You know me so well.
Hope you have a great one.
You handled that like a champ.
Happy
birthday, Dave! Taylor fan here. We love you. Go Cowboys.
Gang, gang.
Here's to another
Gang, gang,
beer.
gang.
Cheers.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Dave, all the way from New York City, and yes,
I mean,
promise
did
this
you
is not
get
a Zoom
every
background, it's actually my
friend I
apartment in
have
Queens.
to do this?
Otherwise,
Good
I'd be back in
Lord.
Dallas giving you a birthday shot or celebrating with you some way. So until it's safe to travel again and we get to see each other, just wanted to say happy birthday, and I hope you have a good one.
Love you,
Hey,
Claude.
buddy. December 14th.
Oh,
Wow, it's
the
your
oath.
birthday. I mean, what is
Look
it
at
like
this
to be so old? 32 is
monstrosity.
just something
You're
I
a year younger
cannot
than
even
me. I don't want to
imagine.
hear
I'm
it.
not even close to that. And I just imagine like you hurt getting out of bed and your legs hurt
I do.
randomly and your back
Yes.
messes up on you.
Yes.
And so,
All the time.
maybe I'll just send you some Advil for your birthday. I don't know.
Please do.
I love you, buddy. Happy birthday.
Hey, Dave,
Love you
happy
too.
birthday. Love you.
Hey.
Can't wait to see you soon.
Hey, David,
Young
happy
Radford.
birthday, and, you know,
Robert.
roll tide. Let's go. Let's get this.
No. Get
What's
him
up,
out of here.
Dave? Just want to
Edit
say
that
happy
out.
birthday,
Yeah,
buddy.
hey.
You know, I was
Appreciate
thinking, you're turning 32. I was thinking about, you watch Friends, right? I mean, everybody watches
Yes.
Friends. One of my
I do.
favorite lines in there, in that episode, one of the episodes, is when Joey's being stupid about something, and Chandler just looks at him and goes, "You're 32, Joe. You're 32." So I don't know why that always stands out, but I guess for the next year, if you do anything stupid, which is probably will happen, I'm just gonna say, "You're 32, Dave. You're 32." I don't know what that means, but that's probably what I'll say. Anyways, have a great one. Happy birthday, buddy.
Just checking in here to wish you a happy 30th.
Greggy!
Hey, check this out. Number wins the Cowboys have. But just remember that in this absolute dumpster fire of a 2020, it did start with an LSU championship, and it is ending with your birthday. So what if everything in between sucked? Let's focus on the positive, right? Happy birthday, my guy.
Hey Dave, a little birdie told me it's your birthday.
Baby!
Congratulations, buddy, on another year.
None of these people can hear my
I know
commentary.
2020
It's
didn't
fine.
give any of us what we have
please
hoped
keep
or
doing it.
wanted, but I hope you can take some silver linings away and let's have a really kick-ass 2021. We all love
Go
you
Stars.
and can't wait to celebrate with you when it's safe to do so.
Please.
What's up, Dave? Your friend Jeff Kavanaugh, laying in bed watching TCU tape. Kelsey didn't give us a lot of a heads up on getting these videos to you. So happy
I'm aware.
birthday, buddy. I love you. See you soon. A little drink. All right. See you later, man. Happy birthday.
Hey Dave, happy birthday. I hope it's so great that you can experience it in an extra time, like an overtime, maybe like 7 overtimes. Have a happy birthday, man.
Hey Dave, it's me, KT, and your good friend Barry. You remember Barry? That's my roommate, of course. But just want to tell you happy birthday, man. It's been a wild year for your Tigers, but you got that championship last year.
True.
And it's like weird to tell someone like, "Hey, happy birthday" during a pandemic. Yeah, great, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But luckily, I
It
get
is
to
what it
see
is.
you on the draft show, and just you're a really good friend and have been for a long time. So appreciate that. I love you, respect you, and hope that you have even better days than you've ever had before or up ahead for your next birthday.
Here's hoping.
Cheers. I broke out the good stuff for you, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Just for you.
Ooh. Oh. Jerry Jones.
Happy birthday, Dave.
So I'd like to tell you a little story. It's December 14th, 2017. Me and old Davey boy were up in the north side of Chicago, just blowing off some steam for his birthday out at Slugger's Bar. Piano bar, greatest bar in the world. So we're out there, and he's keeps requesting Sweet Caroline over and over and over again. Davey boy's had a couple bets in him, and he gets a little rowdy. Goes up to the guy, and he's like, "Hey, buddy, how about, picking a new song? I'm tired of Sweet Caroline." This guy turns around, and he's 6'5", barrel-chested. Looks like he's built like a brick house, right? Davey boy's about to get messed up. So he beefs up, and out of nowhere, you just see this guy come in, and whip his hips like that. 6'5" guy tumbles down, got a broken cheek. Crazy stuff. We look around, like, who the heck was that? Turn to my left. It's none other than Javi Bays. Shortstop, Chicago Cubs. Fresh off a World Series title. And Dave, he's mind's blown. He's his favorite player. He's like, how the heck did that happen? And Javi turns to him and he says, buddy, Brotherhood of the Hog.
Hey, you're welcome for making you sit through 5 minutes of happy
that was
birthday.
so long. I mean, I feel so loved. Also, I mean, as long as we are, we're honest here on the Star at Night. My parents gave the game away last night. I didn't want to tell you that I knew, but I knew. But you're still the best, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate everyone. I mean, like, you know, a video montage makes sense for 30. I'm not sure it makes total sense for 32. Like, nobody's happy about turning 32, but you do it anyway because you are a kind, caring, and loving person, and I appreciate that about you.
You don't smile enough, so you know we just had to remind you that we love you. So, anyways,
I promise I'm usually happy for whatever that's worth. I know nobody ever believes me, but it's true.
Well, we love you, David, and there's more people that have sent you a couple videos, so we'll make sure to add that in for, you know, later iterations of this. It's an ongoing theme, ongoing video, if you will, work in progress. But happiest of birthdays to you, my friend. I hope you have a lovely one. Everyone, if you haven't wished David Hellman a happy birthday yet, please do so. You can find him on the Twitterverse. Dave, you want to go ahead and close this out since it's your birthday?
Yeah, sure. Hey, you know, like 2020 sucks. We're just trying to make the best of it. I guess that applies to birthdays too. It really helps, you know, having people who care about you and that you care about. And yeah, that was great, Kels and Caden. Thank you very much. And the Cowboys won too, so there's that. And we got 3 more of these to do. Oh, and by hey, Florida, as I'm doing, it's my spiel. So hey, Florida Gators. how'd that taste? Shouldn't have lost to that LSU team, just by the way. Anyway, hey, thanks so much for watching The Star at Night. We will be back on Wednesday, and hopefully it'll be a little less of a dumpster fire. But I enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. We'll see y'all later.